Hey, what's up, folks? Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to a new episode of Kevirsyle Network. I am your host, Kevin Davis. I am a comic creator, writer, author, entrepreneur, a typical goal giver, as I've been told. And I occasionally get yelled at for not sleeping, and I am not joking, I do get yelled at. But it's part of being a creative. But today's guest is an author himself, Mr. Kyle Hanna of Jumpmaster Press. How you doing, my good man?
Man, if I got any better, I'd be somebody else. First time being on.
Man, I feel that so much. Well, welcome to the show, man.
Thank
I,
you.
I literally met you last year, so this has been in the works for the past couple months.
Oh yeah, I think
I,
I signed
I
up for this in like November.
yeah, October, November-ish. So yeah,
Well,
and
it's because you're so popular. I had to plan 5 months in advance just to talk to you, which is
uh,
fine.
which is crazy for me because I didn't really expect for anyone to even want to go on my show so fast. Especially as I'm a new podcaster and I can do everything in this industry. But it's a great honor that people want to come on and just talk and have fun and just nerd out. So we're finally here, Mr. Cal Hanna. Tell us little bit about yourself. I know a little bit about yourself, but people on the stream might not. So please tell us about yourself.
I retired from the military after a just under 30-year career.
Wow,
Uh,
thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Jumped out of planes for a living, so if you
Oof,
see me walking down the street, there might be a little bit of a limp. It's
it was a
okay,
popsicle.
just
Wow.
started writing years and years ago, and started taking it seriously later in life. Every time I deployed, I wrote a book, and my wife finally said, "Why don't you just retire and write here?" Here I am. But uh, if there's any mistake to make in publishing, I think I've made it. And that's one of the reasons Gene Rowley and I created Jumpmaster Press, was to avoid all of those pitfalls that I learned the hard way and to take care of authors. So, and I'm sure we'll talk about that over the next hour. And hopefully you guys will go out to the website and take a look around.
Heck yes. I'm totally going to bring the website up. But Jumpmaster Press, like, when did you start your company?
We started in 2018, August. So we're just going on our 8th year. And we've signed more than 30 authors. Uh,
Wow.
and it's been a wild ride, and it's just picking up speed, really.
Wow, 8 years, signed 30 authors, guys. That is insane. And my friend here, Pop, says thank you for your service in the comments, by the way.
Well,
You can see it.
thank you guys.
Um, man, what type of stories do you like write the most? Like, is it horror, fantasy, nonfiction?
I'm a sci-fi guy.
Yes. Sorry.
I like the big ships, the laser fights,
Oh,
the
yeah.
world building. Anything like that, I am all over it. And
And here's his
that,
website right here, guys, jumpmasterpress.com. So I didn't mean to
um,
cut you off. I was trying to
oh no,
promote.
that's all good. Hey man, it's your show. You do what you want. But no, I'm a sci-fi guy. I love the action with a plot, not just pure kill
Right.
everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Although I have been accused of that a few times in my books. But yeah, yeah. And over the last couple of years, I've expanded. I've done fantasy. I've got a dystopian. My latest is a detective story.
Let me zoom you in right quick.
Yeah,
Detective story.
yeah.
Tainted Rose. Ooh.
And Dawn and I just finished book 2 on that one. I got it back from the editors last week, and she said,
Oh.
"Ooh, I like this better than the first one." And I was like, "Oh, okay.
Hmm.
May have to do another one." So, and I am about 2 chapters away from finishing an urban fantasy. So,
Ooh.
trying to stretch my writing chops a little bit, and get out of the comfort zone, if you will. And
Oh yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
eventually, I'll always swing back to planets and starships and laser battles and just fun of that.
Man, heck yeah. Me, I'm always trying to challenge myself with my writing. I write horror, fantasy, and science fiction myself. Because when I got into writing, I found out that writing horror and fantasy is like my strong suit
Yeah.
because I gravitated towards it more. And also learning that my mother is a writer herself is in my blood to write. And I really fell in love with it when I read her murder mystery book that I will actually publish her when she's
Right.
editing it more. So that's going to be an honor. I can't wait to bring that out. I'm really hoping she kills a character I hate in that book, but I'm not sure she's going to do it. But that's a teaser right there. Um, and I learned my gift in writing when I was like ninth grade in high school.
Yeah, that's when I
Uh,
started.
yeah, and I'm like, I hated writing with a passion. I just, oh, it was so annoying, especially writing them long papers in high school, especially for college admission and just
I,
history
I never
papers.
I never had that
Ugh.
problem. Now I'm a couple of decades older than you, probably more like three. So when I was in high school, they
Mm,
still had corporal punishment, so you
oof.
could get the paddle.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
so when I was in high school, I had two choices. I could act up and get sent to the principal's office, or sit quietly and write. Well, I chose the latter, and that's what started. And I tell writers all the time, never delete anything, right?
Mm,
So some of the characters and it was horrible stuff. Okay, I'll admit, absolutely horrible stuff. But I have pulled characters and situations that I wrote in the '80s into some of my more recent books because I knew those characters, I knew the plot twists and everything, and it worked out so well. So
mm.
whatever you do, don't delete anything. Just put it in a file. You'll come back to it eventually, and it will fit somewhere.
That's part of why my email is so full because I don't delete much anything. Oh,
I've got folders upon folders of
oof.
story ideas and one
I,
liners that will spawn,
uh,
whatever. And
uh,
sometimes that's all it takes is just a one liner, a quip. And I'm like, I'm going to write a whole
yep.
story around this one
Yep,
liner.
you're speaking to my soul now, man. Guess that's literally me right now. I'm like, I literally, if you can see my laptop, I have so many tabs open and
Hmm.
folders. I was like, from comics to my magazine to my novels.
Yeah.
I'm literally working on like 5 comics at once, plus like 3 novels and like 4 magazines. Like,
Well,
and I balance between of them because I organize them. Like, this is my priorities. This is like my next priority, and like this like later down the road. But I
well,
get like ideas for each one, so I put it in that folder so I won't forget it.
primarily for about the last 3 years, I have spent as an editor for Jumpmaster Press.
Mm,
So my writing has taken the back seat, for months at a time.
mm,
But I've finally reached a point where I'm starting to balance editing books, writing books, doing the marketing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And
mm,
I tell you, once the writing spigot turns on, I
mm.
will sit right here. This is my office, and I'll just bang out, a couple of thousand words easy, and then like, okay, go eat lunch, come back, and do some more or work on another project. But as
Mhm,
long as I'm getting 1,500, 2,000 words a day,
mhm.
I feel like I'm getting toward that goal of another book, and that's all that really matters.
Man, dude, yeah. I don't know how many words I get it on the books. I don't look at how many words it is. I just know I just type it out, and it'd be like
Yeah.
multiple pages, if I'm being honest.
Well,
Um,
the software I use to write, Scrivener, gives me a word count every day, and
oh,
and
nice.
I set a goal. I set a goal for the book,
Mm,
and It's like playing a World of Warcraft or some of these other online games.
Yeah.
It's an endorphin hit when you're going and goes ding, you've reached your goal, and you're like,
Yep.
yes, and then you
Yeah.
know, and now I need another hit, man. Let's go. And
Oh my God,
that
man. Like,
it's so
yeah.
nice to have that little goal. The little taskbar up above,
Uh,
going click 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 ding.
oh yeah, man. Like one of my novels I'm working on now is like my poetry book, my very first poetry
Yeah.
book. I fell in love with poetry from reading my mother's poetry that she wrote of me and my sister. So that
Hmm.
got me interested in poetry. So I'm writing so it's like it's basically a book about my life and mental health.
Yeah.
But I also put like my poetry in it, showing how I felt in this moment and why, and like what I went through in this moment and how I came out of it. And this actually my book I wrote like 6 years ago
Hmm.
originally. When I first started writing my first book. I published it, but then I took it down 3 years later because I hated it, and plus I felt like I wasn't in like the right headspace for it, and it felt too closed off. And so I put it on the back burner basically for a couple years. And so it's like technically last year I picked it back up, but actually this year I'm actually full diving into it again
Hmm.
because one, I'm comfortable in my skin to express myself, and I'm in a better position to and better experience with it now.
Yeah.
And so now I can openly express how I felt in moments. I'm not afraid to share it now because I'm
You've
like I
grown
never.
as a writer, and that's the goal, to
Yeah,
grow.
exactly. Yeah, and I feel like because I never know what this could who could this touch because I never know
No,
and whoever
I,
reads it and
I've had people come up to me at cons and tell me they enjoyed a book for my Time Assassin series.
mm,
It's an alternate history time travel series,
oof,
and I had an eighth grade homeschooler come up to me and told me she learned more from that book than she did from her textbook because she got immersed
wow,
in it. And
hmm
that to me was, I was like, okay, I achieved my goal. I touched this one person who may have some knowledge of history, or turned a dry boring subject into, okay, well, this is kind of pretty cool, and that was
yeah,
the goal of writing that series.
heck yeah, that's also why I got into writing because I've always had the heart of basically people. I always had the heart to helping people. And
Yeah.
like I just want to get like kids and like adults get to reading more, could get off media for a while
Hmm.
and just explore their imagination and just grow their creativity. And that's why I got into comics because comics is a visual medium, and so you can actually see the story and as well as read it.
Exactly.
And so that's why I
Yeah.
like want to expand my writing uh, craft. Like I always write horror fantasy, but I also want to write some comedy. I want to make you laugh. I want to write
Right.
some drama. I want to entertain you and show like I don't know, high school drama or something. I don't know. It's a random drama like a. I'm writing a romance novel. I don't know why, but I am. But
Yeah.
because but I grew up on that because I grew up on the romance stories. I grew up on the dramas. I grew up on the horror. I grew up on the fantasy, and so I grew up on the comedy. So I want to grow my atmosphere and just not.
Mhm.
I don't want to be like a one footnote giant.
Yeah.
Like I don't
No,
want to
no,
be stuck in like one
I
place.
understand. Yeah. I mean,
So
I, I tell young upcoming writers all the time. So your job as an author is to,
mhm,
tell a story, of course, but
exactly.
to evoke an emotional response. You want
That
to
yeah,
connect with your reader via
right there.
laughter,
Hmm.
tears, uh, anger.
Yep.
I've got a couple of books where I took great pains to kill off a character, and I got hate mail for it. And I was like, I'm finally an author. I got hate mail. Yes,
Hey, what's up,
and
Phil?
I get people come up to me all the time in the cons. I loved your book. I hated that though. I hated that one scene. And I'm like, well, did you get book two?
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! I don't know. That'd be like the greatest thing ever because literally when I'm writing, I want to have each character. I want people to feel each character.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I want you to have a love and hate relationship with this character, but you're gonna love him at the end. I want you to hate this character, but you might end up loving him because of the reasons he's doing this or her. As
Well,
a
we were talking about science fiction earlier.
hmm
One of my series, the Tri-System Authority series,
ooh
it's a three-book series, but it's kind of weird because the third book is actually short stories about.
oh
But in the second book,
okay.
you're introduced to a female character that you absolutely despise. She is just a, a bee. Okay,
Uh,
I mean
do you
she
have a
is.
do you have the book right beside you? We can see like the cover
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. So this is the first one,
Wait,
Jake
let
Cutter.
me zoom in right quick. Hold on. All right, here we go. Here you go, guys.
Yeah. But you're introduced to the character in this one, Reign of Terra,
Ooh.
and but in Tales from the Busty Ostrich,
Uh-huh.
you get her backstory and you find out why she's the way she is. And I've had people go, "Oh, really?" Because it changes your entire take on that character. And you know, it was just one of those things that happened. I didn't set out to do it that way,
Uh-huh.
but I was just trying to fill in a couple of gaps, and it ended up that way. And sometimes that's the best writing. You start off with something in mind, the
Mhm.
characters take over and write their own story, and then you look back and you go, "Huh, okay, cool," and drive on. And I love
Man.
it when that happens. I really do.
And one of the things I've always learned when you creating your like your universe and like your storytelling, always put yourself in the mind of your character
Mhm.
and basically let the story write itself.
Well, one of
And
the
what like
things,
what is your take on that a specific thing? Like
oh
let the
yeah,
story write itself.
yeah, and I do that. I will plot the general outline
Mm,
with certain plot points, and then I'll start writing, and I'm always amazed when a character goes, "No, I'm going to go this way." Yeah, then I'll come back,
mm,
and then no, I'm going to reverse this, and I let them write. But
mm,
going back to what you said, Gene, my business partner, and I, we used to teach seminar classes on writing. And one of the things he always talked about character development is, and it takes a little time, but
mm,
interview your characters. You sit down with a sheet of paper and interview that character so that you get their backstory, you get their desires, their flaws, because no one's perfect. Your characters have to have a
mm.
flaw. And
Sure.
and he does that with his main characters and his secondary characters, and sometimes even the guy that pokes his head in and go, "It's time for the show," and you never see him again, but he has a backstory too, right?
Yeah.
So what circumstance led him to be the announcer that it's time for the show, and that's all you ever see him. So
And
it
it's
that
actually really interesting you say interview your characters. My friend Pops, who's over the Madness Network here, he
mhm,
actually had a show where I think he still has it, where he actually has people come on basically acting out their character from their comic.
yeah,
So that's actually very interesting you
exactly.
mentioned that. I
Yeah.
think Pops says I need to go on his show to do it because I actually want to act out one of my characters for his show. I think he still has it. I'm not sure, but that's
And,
actually
and
very interesting.
and if anyone is interested in these seminar classes,
Mm,
if you're on Facebook, go to the Jumpmaster Press Writers Group. It's a free
mm,
to join, and then look under the files, and there is a whole laundry list of seminars that we've taught in the past, from how to outline, world build, character development, action scenes. There's something for everybody out there, and you can use that as a free reference, free tool to hopefully enhance your writing, that much. So
Oh my god, I'm definitely gotta check that out. I'm gonna hop in after the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
Um,
I'm
so
going to send you that link real quick as well.
oh nice, okay, cool. And so you're a big science fiction guy.
Yeah,
I'm actually writing my first science fiction space series, but
nice,
it's gonna be a comic series.
cool. Yeah, oh,
Because so I can't say I'm a full fledged Star Wars fan just yet because I'm still catching up on the entire universe. There's so
mhm.
much I have to watch, so I don't consider my fan just consider myself a fan just quite yet. Because I watched the sequel trilogy and I watched the original trilogy, so I kind of
Yeah,
went backwards. And I
yeah.
watched like the Rogue One, I watched the first season of Mandalorian, and I still have to finish that, and then Ahsoka, Andor, and so many other stuff I have to
Oh, yeah.
watch. Even the animations that I have to go through. Um, Honestly, I just really want to ask your advice about science. Like, how do you craft a science fiction universe? And because it's so much, it's so intense, and so much you
Well,
have to put into it.
and there's a seminar that I taught on world building,
Yeah.
and it's in the Jumpmaster Press Writers Group on Facebook. And part of the fun is to develop the characters, develop the worlds, and then develop religions or magic, or if you're a fantasy writer, a dragon world, whatever it is, develop it, make the rules, and then don't break the rules. you know. But for this series, for the Tri-System Authority series,
Okay, you said that one more time so I can
yeah,
start zooming out. Yeah. So,
that's all three of these books.
wow,
And
look at that.
but I call it a Star Wars esque space saga
Mhm.
because there is so much world building. I have, I think, a dozen alien races, from humanoid to uh, big hulking, heavy world things, to little bitty blue things about 2 foot tall, and you know, writing their world and how they evolved into the gigantic 8 foot tall monster or the 2 foot tall, whatever. That's
Mhm.
a lot of fun. And I even have one alien race that when they get nervous, they secrete cinnamon. So as a human, I can smell them from a half a mile away. So
Mhm.
they don't do well in the army, you know. And so that kind of, just a little quirk, it sounds silly, but once you
Mhm.
put it in context of, you know, something totally alien, well then it's kind of cool
Mhm.
because I've got I think they're called the Oaklands. They're lobsters. They're upright lobsters. Clack 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 clack. Gangsters like the Huts, and that,
Oh
and that,
snap! Okay.
something totally alien. And I had a lot of fun designing their world, designing
Mhm.
the spaceships, the habitats, everything. So there's a lot of world building that goes into a sci-fi. Um, I actually prefer to do that instead of writing stuff on Earth. I do, but when I write stories here, be it in the past or the future, I spend a lot of time on Google Earth to make sure everything is right, because
Mhm.
inevitably I'm writing a detective series in Savannah. I
Mhm.
spend hours on Google Earth looking at street names because inevitably I'm going to sell one of those books and I'm going to get an email. This road goes north south, not east west. This is impossible to do.
Mhm.
And what can you do except what, I missed one. Sorry, but I try to make it as accurate as possible,
Mhm.
uh, just for that very reason. And I'm a big proponent of realism, uh, when it's appropriate, when you can put that realism into to a bar fight. Okay, think about how everybody's going to fight. I will go around the house and choreograph the fight before I write it, because
Wow,
inevitably,
really? That's
oh
so
yeah,
cool.
there was one when I was much younger and could do this. There was
Okay.
a fight scene I wrote where I literally, the character ran, slid, and bowled somebody's legs out from under them. So
Wow.
I went and practiced that until I could do it. Now, I was much,
Wow.
much younger then,
Hmm.
because if I tried to do that now, I'd never get back up. But so have the realism, because I've edited some things where something happened in the frigid Arctic. Well, these
Hmm.
guys shucked off their jackets to duke it out, and I'm like, you're 30 below zero, dude. You're not going to take off your jacket in the snow, and had to send it back. Uh,
Uh,
I edited one where a guy was going to use a rocket launcher inside a Marriott kitchen, and I'm like, you killed the bad guy, and the people behind the bad guy, and the girl you were trying to protect, and yourself, and 16 people. It's like you really need to think about this.
mhm.
You have to be have a modicum of realism. That's what I
Mm.
always
Wow.
say.
Wow, man. Um, I want to switch gears right quick. Going back to the beginning, the first book you shown, it was you think it's a murder mystery book. I think it was.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. One more time. Sure, one more time. Hold on. Here we go. Tainted Rose. This detective story. Tell us a bit about this story and like what's the
Well,
backstory of this one?
it came about. My co-author Dawn found this silly meme somewhere, and it was about rose patterned bed sheets, and it was like a white sheet with a rose and a rose and a rose, but from a distance it looked like blood splatter. So we started
Wow.
laughing about it, and so the serial killer that Rose goes after, that becomes his calling card in the first book. He
Oh.
leaves rose patterned sheets, so we named her Rose, and all this fun stuff. But she's going after a serial killer who turns the tables and now is coming after her as well.
Uh-oh.
But in the end, she prevails, and then we just finished book two, and it's called The Flaming Rose. She's going after an arsonist
Oh,
in
snap.
Savannah. And like I said, we got plans for a third book next year probably. But it's so much fun to write with another author, because
Mhm.
she writes fantasy. Primarily, her books are vampires and werewolves, that kind of thing.
Mine too.
Yeah, well, you,
Yeah.
you and Dawn would get along great. Where I'm the sci-fi action guy. Well, we took her urban fantasy chops
Mhm.
and writing a female lead with my plot points and action,
Mhm.
and melded it together into a detective story that men and women can enjoy. My wife read it in a day. She goes, "This was good," and so I was like, "Cool." And now the editor just sent back book two and said it's better than the first.
Mm.
So here's hoping.
Oh
Uh,
man, such a
so
tease. Ah.
we've had a lot of fun. Dawn will be with Jumpmaster Press in May in Iron City Comic Con in Birmingham, Alabama. So we're going to have both books there. If you're in the area, or
You heard the man, guys. They're gonna be in what con in May?
Iron City Comic Con
Iron City Comic Con, guys.
in Birmingham, Alabama,
Wow.
end of May. If you can check out our social media, Jumpmaster Press. I just posted all of the cons we have for the year. We've done two so far. We've got 11 left this year. We're doing 13 this year.
Whew. Cheers.
We bring we
All
bring
right
in our
then. Let's
authors.
go.
We bring in our authors from around the country. We they're there to sign books and sell, and everybody has a good time. And
Heck
it's
yeah.
just our way of giving a format for the authors, to meet readers without having to spend all of their money on a table and a hotel and the food and everything else. Uh, But Dawn's doing 2 or 3 shows with us this year. I've got several others. I've got a murder mystery writer that does 3 or 4 with us. Steampunk authors doing a couple. I mean,
Heck yeah.
and it's always a lot of fun, and it's great to see them meet the readers. They'll come, especially if they've done that con in the past. The readers will come back. I got your book last year, loved it. Do you have another one? Boom, that's a second sale, just like that.
Man.
So
And speaking of books, let's go to the website right quick.
yeah,
Jumpmaster Press. Look at these beautiful books, man.
yeah. We
Yeah.
Chimera's Blood is the
Chimera's Blood.
new release. Uh, Alexandra and Michaela did a great job. It's kind of a dystopian fantasy. Uh, After some kind of Holocaust, there's all these chimeras, weird creatures out there, and their blood is toxic. So
Oof.
people try to avoid them, except for Haven, the main character. She actually goes in and trains them to be, useful. Some of them fly, some of them are, like heavy lift for elephants and that kind of stuff. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
and
Jesus.
it
Oh,
is a
wow.
great story. Just released. We're taking pre-orders now.
It
Uh,
just released in early March, so not
yeah,
too far off. Nice.
yeah. The pre-orders went live, I think, Tuesday, and
Nice.
they're already killing it.
Heck yeah.
uh, yeah, the Phantom of the Opera is our new Black Spine. If you like the classics,
Yeah.
we have about 27. Well, now it's about 30 titles, and they're the classic books, white on black pages,
Oh, that is so beautiful.
and they're on our website. It's very minimalist. There's nothing on the back. There's no
Okay.
ads, in anything like that. And it's the actual classic story. And we've got they're a huge seller, and
Wow.
we're proud to have them. And go scroll back up for a second. Click on the Black Spine collection, the black tab right there. There you go.
Oh, nice.
And we even have a book of the month subscription service for $40 a month. You get one, sometimes 2 books delivered right to your door until you get the
Wow.
entire
Really?
collection. Yeah, uh, but you can scroll down from there and you'll see all the titles. We've got
Wow.
a Poe box set, the H.P. Lovecraft collection.
Oh, I love H.P. Lovecraft. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, it's right
Edgar
there.
Allan Poe too.
Yep.
Yes.
Uh, Dracula
Dra-
has an introduction from Dacre Stoker, Bram's great grandnephew. We met him at
Wow.
a convention a couple of years ago and showed him the
Frankenstein.
prototype at that time. He loved it and agreed to write. It's like a 3-page introduction
Wow.
talking about Bram and how these books go back to the uh, Man in Black uh, origins of Dracula. And
Ooh.
I'm telling you, these things, when you get them all lined up on your shelf, all the lines kind of line up, and
Uh,
it looks really good on a shelf. But
wow.
these are a big seller. Plus, of course, all of our other writers and our top 10 and everything.
And well, it's out of stock, but Grimm's fairy tales. I love
Yeah,
I
we've
love
got them on
Frankenstein.
order. Yeah, there's
Okay.
several of them that we sold out over the last month. We just placed a huge order with our printer, and we'll have them in March. We've got 2 conventions in March.
Okay.
Retro Expo in Plano, Texas, the 7th and 8th. And that appears to be a Battlestar Galactica, since you're a sci-fi fan. Battlestar Galactica
Oh my God.
convention with the some of the stars from the old series and the new. Uh, we're looking forward to going and doing that one. And then later in the
Again, some
month, we'll be
upcoming
in,
releases.
yeah, later in the month, we'll be in Jacksonville, Florida for Collective Con. That's my
Wow.
business partner. And
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, that's Armin Shimmerman. He's one of our authors. Uh, and then, another
He looks
happy
familiar.
reader. Yeah, happy reader. Yeah. That's one of our authors, Dale Kesterson.
Heck yeah.
Um, and that's Philip Ligon in the background. He's our steampunk writer.
Ooh, steampunk, nice.
Oh, yeah. A couple of fantastic series.
Oh my
You don't want to miss
God.
that. And if that guy is, hey, I look like Stan Lee. Uh,
I was going to ask him, like, that's Stanley.
yeah, that's Eric Driving. He's another one of our authors. Those,
Wow.
Armin again. But the guy that looked like Stan Lee unfortunately passed away last year.
Oh man.
Super nice guy. He made the con circuits looking like Stan Lee. So, but
Man.
yeah, like I said, we love to bring our authors out with us. You can get gift
Even
cards.
a gift card.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Man.
So
And I can actually
yeah.
this upcoming events, guys.
Yeah, there you go.
I like
So yeah, there's RetroCon right there with Dawn, Collecticon, Jacksonville, Florida, and then Armin is coming to Missouri Comic Con with us in April.
April 11th, 12th.
Yep, and you can
Wow.
come out, meet Armin Shimmerman, get his books, and then I will be. Oh, there you go. I'll be teaching at the Southeastern Writers Conference in June. That
And
was
Georgia, that's Georgia, right?
yeah, St. Simons Island, Georgia. That I
Alabama.
was asked by a mutual friend to go, and uh, I couldn't quite refuse that one. I had a blast, or gonna have a blast, I should say.
My Liberty Con also in June in
Yeah, Gina and I will
Chattanooga.
be there. That's not a selling convention; it's a networking convention. So we'll be there
Ah,
networking with other publishers, other authors, etc.
beautiful. It's like you coming back to my state. I'm in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, we've done two or three in Tennessee,
Heck
or will
yeah.
do this year.
I'm like, and you got
Chattanooga.
GalaxyCon New Orleans. Man,
Yep.
wow. UltraCon, Ancient City Con, South Alabama. Wow, this is freaking cool. And then you're back in Chattanooga for the Chattanooga Comic Con in
Yes.
September.
Yeah, and we'll have a couple of authors there selling their stuff, and then looking ahead, there's always two or three that we do every year,
Uh,
and those are them. Uh,
Huntsville, out of wow.
yeah,
I didn't even know Tupelo I even had a Comic Con.
yeah. Tupelo. It's a
Tupelo,
yeah,
Jesus
it's a
Christ.
really great con. We've gone. I don't know. I think I've gone 10 straight years, either by myself or with Jumpmaster Press, and it's always a great show. They've got a few big name guests
Uh,
to draw in the people, but then the vendors really make out well, uh, and it's a mainstay for us. We do our own box set trilogies, as you can see on the
Age of
website.
the Seal trilogy.
Yep, that's a historical fiction.
Ooh,
In fact, Steve Dayhill just joined us in Nashville a couple of weeks ago and sold
wow.
like 6 of those box sets.
Whew, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I mean that's one of the reasons we love to bring our authors in is so that they get the opportunity. Like I said, Armin's trilogy, another historical fiction. Everybody knows him as the actor, but he was actually a Shakespeare professor as well.
Ooh, Shakespeare
And,
was
and
hard
so,
to read when I was in school.
well, but Armin writes it in, I don't want to say the Shakespearean style. I'll say the
Okay,
Elizabethan style,
okay,
and
okay.
it's a fun read. It really is. He's a fantastic author. J.L. Mitchell. I'm sorry, J.L. Lawrence. That is
Mythic.
a supernatural good versus evil fantasy. Super,
Ooh.
super good author. She'll come to a couple of conventions with us, uh, and just fantastic meeting the public and
Oh, that
selling.
Phoenix. Oh, I'm such a sucker for Phoenix
Oh yeah,
designs. Oh my God. Wow. The
yeah.
paradox.
That's
Oh.
from my business partner Gene. That's Paradox was his first book, and I think they're on sale on the website. So go now, go. If you like
But
time travel and multiverse,
yeah, I'm a sucker for those. Not gonna
oh,
lie.
you, then you're in luck because that's a good one.
If you guys
Uh,
wondering, this is the website. Oops, hold on. This is the website in the comments.
yep,
Jumpmasterpress.com.
yep.
And I am just nerding out right now, silently inside my head. That's why I'm trying to stay calm because I am nerding out right now. Twilight Hawk. Wow.
Yeah, this is Eric Dreiling. It is a military time travel series. So you get
Military
the
and time travel. Interesting. That's
you get the
interesting.
time travel elements with a lot of military operation type stuff. And
Huh.
book three will be out this summer to finish that trilogy. And so you've got some time to catch up on books one and two before Viper's Den comes out in later this summer.
Dude, this is freaking insane.
And this is my best-selling trilogy, the Time Assassins. It's alternate history time travel with a
Mm,
twist.
mm,
So most alternate history books bring you to a point and say, "What if?" Well, I
mm.
reversed it. What if our history started off as an alternate timeline? The assassins go back in time and fix events. You can see them in the time window here. They fix events into our actual history. So as you're reading this series, you're getting a history lesson in an action adventure story.
Wow.
And like I said, it is our number one selling trilogy. I can't keep those box sets on the shelf. It's a bad problem to have, I know. And then that's the Tri-System Authority we've talked about several
Yep.
times. Um, all three books, and then yep, that's Dawn's first three books in her Vampires and Werewolves trilogy.
Secrets.
So if you like vampires and werewolves, and just a touch of romance and some intrigue, uh, that's a great series. Uh, we just released book five. I think she's going to have nine in the series. I've got books six and seven in the editing right
Oh,
now. So,
6, 7. Oh God. Like,
so,
sorry, when you say six, it was a TikTok thing that kids did for a while. That's why I said, oh God, not 6, 7.
yeah,
That's
I,
yeah.
I, I don't have that much to say about the characters. I either kill them off or they ride off into the sunset happily ever after. Uh, about three books is about all you're going to get out of some of
Oh
them.
wow, Jesus. The
Verticon File is a
Vercon
conspiracy.
file.
It's a conspiracy thriller. Uh,
Ooh, I
Brian
love
was
those too.
actually the very first author we signed in 2018
Oh
uh,
wow,
with,
nice.
with Verticon File. And if you like conspiracies, I think this series has everyone you can think of in it at some point.
Interesting.
So
I'm intrigued.
yeah, it's a good little series, and
Hmm.
so check that out. And then uh, Strange
Strange.
Engine, that's one of the two steampunk series written by Philip Ligon, and this one is steampunk and magic. And the other
Oh,
one, which
that's a good
we're about to
combination.
release book five in, is called the Falcon Bone Chronicles, and it is steampunk airships and pirates. And so, if you need your steampunk fix, check out Strange Engine and Falcon Bone on our website.
Wow.
We also have our yeah. There's
Oh,
the
this is the gift card. This is the
yeah.
gift card.
There's the gift card. We have
Oh, we actually have ebooks. Oh,
yeah.
cool. If
We
you
have
want to do digital.
ebooks. on most all of them. I think there's a few that we don't have right now,
Ah,
but including the classics, Dracula and Wuthering Heights and all those kind of things are also out there, and they're only $4, so they're cheaper than Amazon.
this
Uh,
is hilarious since the Rhythm Heights movie just came out too. So
yep,
that's hilarious. Three Musketeers, one of my favorite books.
yeah, we're looking at doing that one eventually in Black Spine, but I think it's
Ah,
like 400,000 words. So it's
sounds about
either
right.
going to be one big book or a bunch of smaller ones. And
Sounds about
so,
right. Oh, the Odyssey.
yeah,
Christopher Nolan made a movie but coming out this summer of the
yeah.
Odyssey, so that's gonna be
So,
interesting.
so we've got all of those out there for you as well. We also, if you're an audiobook lover,
Gulliver's Travels. Oh my God! Sorry, you bringing the kid out of me again. I've read so
uh,
many of these books.
if you're an audiobook lover, go out to YouTube
Mhm.
and search for Jumpmaster Press. We've got about 20 audiobooks out there, and you can
Beautiful.
listen for free. We just ask that you subscribe and enjoy. In fact,
Man,
our number one audiobook is
right.
No Harbor. You're going to really like this one, Kevin.
Hmm, really?
This is
How about
Space
there we
Pirates.
go. No Harbor.
It's Space Pirates.
Oh, yep. I'm intrigued.
and
Yep. You put space and
it's
pirates together? Heck yes, I am intrigued. Oh
uh,
my God.
uh,
Wow.
the audiobook has been number one for about a year now. And
Oh, that's
the reviews have
awesome.
been great. And I always said that I was either born 200 years too early. For all of you pirates, born 200 years too late or too early. That's the dedication. So, but it's more than just a pirate story. It's a coming of age story for a young
Ah,
man thrust into the life of a pirate. And it's a good story. I'm very proud of that one. I really am.
dude, heck yeah. Oh my God. Looking at all these books is literally bringing back memories of stories I've read and I haven't read in so long. Dude, that is absolutely beautiful. But
Thank you.
I've always loved well, I didn't always love reading, but as I got older, I started loving reading. I'm like
Oh yeah.
because as kids, we don't really care
Yeah.
about reading and stuff, but which
Well,
I want to change today.
the,
But
the way the weather is right now, it's 70 degrees and sunny.
uh,
This is the time of year I'll grab a book and just go sit on the back porch for the afternoon
oh
and
heck yeah, man,
unwind from all of this
yeah,
and read someone else's stuff and just I love spring and fall for that very purpose. I can't do it in the winter because it's too cold. And here in Alabama,
uh,
in the summertime, it's 90 degrees with 100% humidity. You definitely don't want to sit still
yeah,
outside.
yeah. We get that type of heat here in Tennessee. It's ridiculous, and dude, man, I'm like the books I've like fell in love reading, like the Percy Jackson, the Gulliver's Travels,
Yeah.
and that's any
Gulliver's
basic any
Travels.
basic.
Gulliver's Travels is coming out in Black Spine sometime before summer.
Oh, nice! Heck yeah,
Oh,
dude! Oh my
just for
god,
you, man. Just for you.
yes! I'm definitely gonna cop that one. Oh my god!
And
So yes, please keep me updated on that when that comes out.
yeah. One last book I do want to mention is
Mm.
Harvest Day. This is my award winner, so I'm exceptionally pleased with it. It won
Heck
Best
yeah!
Sci-Fi Novel at the 2020 Imagine Awards.
Wow!
I got a little trophy and everything, so that's kind of cool. But it's a dystopian after the aliens invade, and
Yeah.
it took me about 5 years to write it
Mm,
because I never could get the storyline where I wanted it. And then I introduced one character. That's all it took was
mm,
one character to change the dynamic.
mm.
And obviously someone liked it, uh, but we get people coming into the at conventions all the time. I love dystopian. Boom, there you go. They get it without even looking at the back cover. They don't even want to read the back. They just grab it and go, and then they come back to me the next time I'm at the con. Loved it. It's great, man.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
uh, so I'm very
Man.
happy that I can keep readers entertained and that
Mhm.
they trust me enough to come back for more of my writing. That to me means the world. It really does.
Heck yeah, and I'm getting back into my novel writing mode. As well, because I started writing novels first before I got into comics, but I'm swinging back to my roots of going back to novels too, as well as
Yeah.
doing still doing comics. Because I really I love novels too. I was like, but
Yeah.
I grew up reading novels, and I want to write some more novels with my comics.
Well,
And and I
it's
actually
so
have like,
funny. Go
oh
ahead.
sorry, I was like,
No, go
my
ahead.
first novel actually that's still as actually out, it's called Jackal Bonnie. It's a horror shape shifting alter ego book.
Nice. Mm.
It's on Amazon and like Barnes and Noble and stuff.
Well,
And I'm actually turning that one into a comic graphic novel that's in production now. So I'm like,
I,
I'm going back and forth between novel and comic.
I find it unique. I was going to say weird, but I'll go with unique. I
Mm-hmm.
hang out. I'm friends with lots of authors, as you can imagine,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd say probably most of them started off writing short stories, getting published in anthologies, and graduated to a novel. Uh, I do everything backwards. I started out with novels. I had written, I think, 5 or 6 books.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was through the Tri System Authority series before I got my first short story published. I mean, it's crazy. Uh, but, you
Oh
know,
wow.
as Jumpmaster Press, we're friends with Raconteur Press, Three Ravens Press, Canon Publishing. They're good friends. They do anthologies. I've published with all of them. And I can't recommend their stuff enough. Of course, buy Jumpmaster Press first. Okay. But, what we don't have, they do. And they'll say the same thing. What they don't have, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice that, we all look at stuff and goes, it's a rising tide lifts all boats. There are enough readers out there that we can all get a piece of the pie. And
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
we help each other out. We bounce ideas off each other. We help promote each other, and
Heck yeah.
it's a great little community that we're developing ourselves, and it's going to take us all to higher places.
Dude, I'm like, I wish everybody thought about that. And I'm like, because competition is like everywhere, and
Yeah,
somebody always trying to
well, I mean,
up somebody else.
I'm not saying we don't compete with them.
But that's the
Well,
difference. You have a healthy competition
yeah,
compared to
yeah, it's
others. Like they're trying to put out
yeah,
somebody, put down somebody. That's what I was talking. That's what I was trying
right.
to
You
say.
know, they write what we don't, we write what they don't. So,
Yeah, it's a
why not
balance. I like it's a balance.
help a brother out?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and one last thing I'd like to say before the hour's up.
Mhm.
Um, if any of your listeners or watchers, if you've got a local bookstore in your area, tell them you heard about Jumpmaster Press and especially our Black Spine books,
Mhm.
because we're reaching out to a couple of thousand bookstores across the country to introduce them to this unique collectible. So if you've got one in your area and you think it'd be something they'd be interested in,
Mhm.
just tell them Jumpmaster Press. Reach me through Kevin, and you know
Yep.
let me start the dialogue with them, because
Mhm.
what we want to do is we want to create our own distribution to
Mhm.
small independent uh, bookstores across the country, not just
Mhm.
for the Black Spine, but for all of these indie authors out there that may not have a shot at getting to the next level kind of thing.
Mhm.
So once we get this established, you know, the sky's the limit.
Heck yeah,
And
dude.
So help us out by introducing us to some of your local bookstores, and we'll take it from there and see if we can't rise the tide for everyone, as it were.
And speaking of community, I'd like to shout out my friend who just came in a comment a minute ago. My friend Malice, right here, if you can see his name.
Mhm.
Malice, he just started a podcast. He's like getting creators on, like especially advice on like anything. So if you want to be on his show,
Absolutely.
you can reach out to him. You can spread your advice on his show too.
Yeah. Well,
Uh, t-
if you've got a podcast, if you want to interview any of our authors
mhm,
from Jumpmaster Press, reach out to me, info@jumpmasterpress.com,
mhm.
and I will blast out your contact info. And the last time this happened, fair warning, there was about 15 authors all hit this one podcast at once. Oh, I'll do an interview. I'll do an interview. And he scheduled them out for like 5 months. Boom, 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 kind of like
Wow.
what Kevin and I did today. So
Mhm.
if you've got some slots, if you want to fill them with some authors, we've got murder mystery authors, fantasy authors, sci-fi, thrillers. We even have some children's books. Uh,
It's
so it,
everything for everybody, literally.
yeah,
Heck
yeah.
yeah. Heck
So
yeah.
if you're interested in that, just let us know, and we'll get you in touch with some of our authors.
Heck yeah. Well, we're finna come up on time, but first I want to thank you for coming on, spreading your wisdom on novels and basically
Uh,
bringing the nerd out of me more as I'm screaming inside for these books that I want to buy. I'm more like a real buy because I'm saving your website. Uh, but
well,
first,
I appreciate the
it's a great
invite.
honor to actually finally meet you,
Yeah,
and
I,
dude,
I
I can't wait to
appreciate
grab
the
your
invite
books.
and the opportunity to talk about my writing and, of course, my company,
Mhm.
uh, because we want everyone to
Yep,
succeed.
masterpress.com, guys.
Yeah, and if you're reaching out to 3 people or 3,000, doesn't really matter to me, or 30,000. Uh, you know, if we can connect one reader to one of our authors, it's a success, and we're happy.
Man, before we go, where can we find you on socials where we can follow you and your company?
Yeah. You can search Jumpmaster Press, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We do have an X account, but we don't post out there very often. And if you're looking for me, it's R. Kyle Hanna on Instagram and Facebook. Everything else of mine is Jumpmaster Press. I don't have my
Heck,
own website. Everything I do is for the company. So
heck yeah, heck yeah. And I'm Kevin Davis. You can find me on Instagram at I am Kevin Davis Official. Facebook, I am Kevin Davis CEO. TikTok, I am Kevin Davis CEO. And my website at kevirsyle.com. You can check out my work at kevirsyle.com if you like. And also hit the Kevirsyle Network here at the Madness Entertainment Group because we're all mad sometimes, especially as nerds.
we're,
But thank you.
as the Cheshire Cat says, we're all mad here.
We're all mad here, guys. We're all mad. But thank you, Mr. Calhanna.
Hey,
And
thanks,
thank
Kevin.
you
I
to you
appreciate it.
guys watching. And one more time, go check out his company's website, jumpmasterpress.com. Let's cop some books. Let's get to
Yeah.
reading.
And
And let's,
authors, don't forget the Jumpmaster Press Writers Group on
there we,
Facebook.
there we go.
There you
And
go.
go check out
Thanks,
his,
Kevin.
and go check out the seminar so we can all get some knowledge on writing, man. And this has been Kevirsyle Network with Kevin Davis and Cal Hanna. We'll catch you guys next time.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.